All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to be coming live to you. We have our awesome viewers that are on here, our attendees, and then we also have our people that are going to be watching live later. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of this wonderful Ignite Your Love Life group program. There's live Q&A that's going to be happening that I'm going to be on the spot answering your questions on what's working, what's not working. And so just to get started here, one of my biggest things is having some fun music. It changes the vibration, it changes the atmosphere when we have fun music to get going. So just feeling the energy. You got to feel your power. You got to feel that connection. Woo! All right, that's what it's about. If you are ready to raise your vibration, raise that connection, this is all about building that confidence from within. So I'll be sharing fun music on every single one of our webinars because that is how you get connected to your own energy. How much energy are you putting out? You can feel it when you're dancing. You can feel it when you're moving. One of my coaches, Tony Robbins, is one of my beautiful mentors out there, and he always starts with music. And so he starts his day with music, and I do the exact same thing even with my husband. And so I want to make sure that you have the same level of connection that I am creating in my life, that has worked successfully creating and finding my partner, that you have that exact same support. And so finding a partner that you can dance with, have some fun music on, share your intentions for your day, talk about great things. That's what I'm here for. We're working forward, backwards from forward. So how do you want your best relationship to look like? Well, we better start already creating that best relationship right now. So our actions that we're doing right now, the things that we're doing right now will impact the woman or the man that you invite into your life later on. And so that's what this is all about. And I'm so happy for you to be a part of this. So I'm going to go ahead to our slideshow, and I'm going to be popping back and forth from the slideshow to me to answering questions. There's a chat room. For those of you that are going to be watching later, feel free to email me, and then I can answer those questions in the next webinar. But this is really in the place of giving you an hour of jam-packed information, and along with answering any questions that you may have on the spot as well. So while I'm sharing with you, if you have a question, feel free to put it in the chat box. And then if you're following up later, then just email me that question. All right. So here is the fun. Let me share my screen here to the preview of this. And, oh, well, that's not exactly it, but let's move it to the other one. Nope, we don't want this. Nope, we don't want that. Okay, well, that's our thing there. And well, let's find out. We love sharing things. Let's see how this comes out. Okay, so let's see. Nope, not that. Nope, not that. All right, let's see. Well, it's going to come up here. I have it right here. There we go. So tell me if you can see the Ignite Your Love Life group coaching program with Renessa Strong. Let me know if you can see that in the front there. I'm going to the chat room. Can you see, for all of our viewers right now, can you see the Ignite Your Love Life? And it's the purple thing. Yes, I see it. Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm glad that it's live. It's working. Yep, can see it. Great. Thank you. Okay. Lots of things on my computer, of course, with all the fun things that we have going on. So this is our program here. Our next one that we do is our week 1 topics. Get clear on where we need confidence and the limiting beliefs that are holding you back, and connecting and being more aware of the voice dictating your life. Create affirmations, daily intentions, positive self-talk to start taking action with your personal goals. New tools on how to overcome any roadblocks, fears, confusions that may arise with new daily practice. So that's what we're going to be covering today. Your inner world creates your outer world. So this is like a big thing for me. And I'm going to share this with you. And for some people that don't understand what your inner world is, the inner world is, and I'm just going to stop the share so I can have it right on me so you can see this. The inner world is your mind and your spirit, exactly how you connect with yourself. So if I think I'm a beautiful, engaging, connected, passionate woman, then I'm going to connect with other people in a beautiful, engaging, passionate way. You're going to hear it in my voice. You're going to hear it how I dress. Or you're going to see it in how I dress. You're going to feel it when you're talking to me. You can hear it in my tonality. You can feel it in my body language. There's just an atmosphere about who I am, and that's inside of me. So if this means that if you're going on dates and you're not feeling that passion, you're not feeling that connection, you're not feeling the chemistry, you're not feeling any level of engagement, usually it means that you're not clear on your inner world, what's happening within you, that it is unclear outside of you. So if you're on a date, you're like, I'm not really sure if they liked me or not. Or if you went on a date and you go, well, I kind of felt like there was nothing that we connected on. There's a reason in that place, because yes, that could have been that that person was just way off your radar and it was totally black and white to your thoughts, philosophies, politics, lifestyle, values. Potentially that person was just completely black and white. Most of the time that's not the case. Most of the time you're not going on a date with somebody who's way off. Usually you're just getting a chance to know each other. So what I like to be able to do is go, what's happening inside? And I can usually talk to somebody within a matter of maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I can hear their tone of voice. I can hear how they're talking, how they're connecting, that they're really not, they're confused about who they are. And they're confused about how they should connect with me. They're confused on, whether I like them or not. They are maybe trying to please me and wanting me to like them by maybe saying things that just agrees with me. And so I can see that this person's, their own confidence level is dictated or responding to other people around them. Which means what I always say is you're kind of, you're in the audience and everybody else is on the stage. So just take a moment. I'm gonna have to get a picture of that, of somebody in the audience or you're in the audience and somebody else is on a stage, and what that looks like. Because I feel sometimes we tend to, when we feel or we see something, then other people, you can visualize it. So if somebody is in the audience, usually what this means is that they're looking around and kind of dictating how the people on the stage are acting. So I'll share this photo with you really quick. And then you can see what exactly I'm talking about here. So I'm going to share this image and you can see what I mean by this. So as you can see here, here's this guy, he's on the stage, and then here's people out here looking at him. And this is what I feel a lot of people are doing in their dating life. They're sitting here like this person right here, where they're in the stage, and then, they're in the audience and the woman is on the stage or the guy is on the stage. So depending on how this person talks and gets people excited, then the crowd will respond. And depending on how this person maybe is quiet or disengaged, or maybe they're sharing something sad or not as happy, then the crowd will respond. And so what I consider that to be is a crowd or audience dater. And I say this in this place because not many of us are aware that we are in the audience. And so what this means is that you are waiting to see how the other person acts before you respond. So you're just in the audience. What I want to do is help you create a way where you feel like you're on the stage, where you feel, and then not only you're on the stage, but then you're inviting her or him up from the audience to be on the stage with you. So you're creating a conversation where it's inviting, it's engaging, it's exciting, it's passionate, it's purposeful, it has meaning to it. So when you are in that place, the other person feels like, wow, now we're on stage together and we're able to talk and connect, versus what I see is that a lot of people are on dates and they're just kind of waiting to see how the other person responds. Have you ever had that happen? Feel free to chat in here, yes, where you felt like you've been in the audience, or maybe let me know, I feel like I'm more on the stage all the time and the other person's not really responding to me. That gives me an understanding as well if how you're connecting to invite the person on the stage, right? Because that's the next big thing is, are you connecting with women or men that they feel like they can be invited onto the stage, because that's where chemistry and engagement happens. So feel free to chat with me here, and let me know, do you feel like you're in the audience watching and responding to the woman or man, or do you feel like you're on the stage and you're not necessarily getting the person invited to come up with you on the stage? So go ahead and chat with me. I want to hear your responses. This is what it's all about. This is becoming aware with what's working, what's not working, what's positive and what's negative. We're going to pop this up because the whole process of changing is really seeing what we're doing right and wrong. What's working, what's not working. So please respond, comment. You can make it just to me, the panelists, just to me. I'm the only person that will see it, but I want to see your response here because this allows me to know that you're following along and that you're on point with me on this. Okay, so so now moving on to the next thing. If you see that you're in the audience, so somebody writes on here, really depends on who I'm with. That's a problem too, because you want to be able to be on the stage and share who you are no matter what environment you're in. Does this mean that you're showing up passionate and excited and happy when maybe the environment is not that? No. You're still showing up passionate and connected. At the same time, you are still at a tonality where that person realizes that you're all in, you're wanting to invite them on the stage, you're connected to them. This is a whole, you're not playing around. It doesn't matter who you're with. So like, for instance, with me, it doesn't matter where I'm at. If I'm on the phone talking to somebody, they can hear my passion. If I'm at an event, they can hear my passion. If I'm here doing a webinar, you can hear my passion. And it's being in this place that I am inviting people to share this stage with me, to connect and share and be in that place. And even when I'm in my dating and part relationship with my husband, even when we were dating, I was in that place of wanting to make sure he's on the stage with me, because my goal was to find somebody who wanted to be on the stage with me, who wanted to share passion, love, connection, and purpose with me. I didn't like share it in that way. I would talk about things I'm passionate about, and then he would respond in a way that invited him to be on the stage with me. And I also shared it in a way that was inviting and not just informing him. So we're going to go into invitation versus information. I felt all three ways, usually on the stage when I'm digging someone. I've definitely receded back into the audience after a few attempts of being on the stage. It can be exhausting for an introvert to be on the stage. Absolutely. For my extroverts and introverts, mind you, I'm talking on a scale of 1 to 10 here. This is talking about going, I'm a 10. Okay, so I'm a 10. I'm just talking about getting you to maybe like a 5 or 6. Do not think that I want you to be exactly like me. I'm no way wanting to coach you to be like me, but I do want to coach you in a place that accelerates where you're at. I don't want you to feel drained. I don't want you to feel exhausted, but at the same time, I do want you to stretch yourself out of your comfort level. And I know what that's like when you are trying what I call breadcrumbs. You're putting out these breadcrumbs to see what are they passionate about, what do they like, what's exciting about their life, and then they're not biting any of the breadcrumbs, right? And so you're like, hold on, how am I supposed to be on the stage and get this person on the stage with me when they aren't getting, they're not biting any of my passion, they're not feeling me in any level. That's where you're going to want to start asking partnership questions, is what I call it. What does that person enjoy about their life that you could partner with them on? So I would write down partnership questions, and I'm taking some notes here as well. So partnership questions means these are questions that you can ask your partner or the woman or man that you're talking to, that you could find out information that eventually both of you guys could do these things together. So it could be, let's say you're talking about something and they're not jumping on stage with you. They're being quiet. They're just staring at you. They're not really showing any level of engagement. This is where you're going to ask, like, what do you enjoy doing outside of work? And then they share some partnership questions, which means they answer you with things that potentially you two can do as a partnership. So maybe they say, I enjoy going to the beach. I enjoy going for walks. I enjoy going to dog parks. Those are all partnership answers. Those are things that you could do together. If the person just says, I really do nothing, I just sit at home, that's kind of hard to partner on, right? Because you're probably not going to ask the first one or two questions, or the first one or two dates, oh, can I go to your house? That's really not as common. So you're looking for partnership questions and partnership answers. Partnership questions create an answer where you could do something together. So another thing would be like, what are some of your favorite restaurants in the area? I'm looking for new places. What are some of your favorite things that you like to do to work out? Or have you gone on any fun picnic hikes around this area? Or have you gone to any social places that you enjoy, or sightseeing locations? Or so you would have, at least in my new, I'm going to make sure that you guys are part of my Romance Success University, that you should at least have 10 to 15 things that you like to do as well. So you should be able to have 10 to 15 activities that are partnership activities before you even talk to someone brand new. So that's, part of your homework is definitely having some partnership activities. So when that person's talking about things they enjoy doing, you can also share things that you enjoy doing as well. So that's a big, big part of that. Okay, partnership. Any questions about where we're at right now? Can you share 2 partnership questions or partnership answers that you would have if somebody asked you, what is it that you enjoy doing for fun outside of work? What would be 2 things that you would say that would be a partnership answer? So if you just said, I enjoy going home or going to the gym, most times people are not going to go to your house or go to the gym with you on the first or second date. So you are putting yourself in the audience, you're closing doors for partnership. So go ahead and write in the chat room, what is it that you see, or what is it that you, activities that you could do as a partner, just 2, that you could share when you were talking to someone brand new. Again, the partnership questions invites them on the stage with you. So I enjoy light hikes and trying new restaurants. Awesome. Whenever I look at hikes, I would always add food with that. So like a picnic hike, sunset hikes. Women like those types of words, and so do guys. It kind of gives an understanding of where and what. So adding some more description words to what you enjoy doing gives the person an understanding of what partnership would look like with you. So if I just said, oh, I enjoy going for walks outside of work, that's one thing. But if I said I really like going on walks by the beach and watching the sunset, then you get an understanding of what I like, and you also get an understanding of what I would enjoy and partner with me on that. So being descriptive on your partnership engagements is important. So adding a description to your partnership activities. So write that down as well. Add description to your partnership activities. So if you enjoy restaurants, what would I enjoy trying new restaurants? Great. That's one thing, but what type of restaurants? So do you like trying to go to restaurants that are different ethnic restaurants? Do you like going to restaurants that are kind of, more hole in the wall type places? Do you like 5-star restaurants? So it's very vague, just saying hikes and light restaurants or new restaurants. I'm just giving you my honest support because this is the best way to accelerate your success. Doesn't mean it's bad what you're saying, but I want to get you higher results when you're talking, which means you're getting the person to really understand what you mean when you talk about light hikes and trying new restaurants. Another person says, let's meet at Vino Bella for some wine and live jazz. Great. So you give them a location, you give them an idea of that you enjoy wine and jazz. Perfect. That's a great description of where and what and what's going to be happening at that event or at that place. That's really, really good. I would also potentially, add in there, that you love music, and so this is something that you enjoy doing. I like that you have a location, that there's going to be wine involved, and then being able to open that up. So being able to have that was good in description there as well. I'd like to see another one as well, besides just being in a wine and jazz, which I think is perfect because live music, you're kind of getting an understanding if that person likes live music, and wine and so on. So that's actually a really, really good one. I want to stretch you to something more. That's my goal here as your coach, to take you to the next level. So for instance, somebody said, oh, okay, well, I don't really, that live music, that's maybe really loud for me for the first date. I'd want to get a chance to just hear you and talk to you and find out more about you. That sounds maybe a little loud. They may not say that to you, but maybe they're thinking that. So give me one more as well. So again, I'm here to stretch. There's all different levels. Thank you for the honest feedback. That's why I'm here. I need help to understand why I'm having difficulties. Absolutely. Descriptions with your partnership questions is huge. What we're trying to do here is understand, is this a good partner for us? And so we're not wasting our time. And at the same time, if they are a good partner for us, do we have things in common? And if we do have things in common, then how are we moving to getting that one-on-one time together? So partnership questions is what that is. Another big thing about having these partnership questions is having an understanding of what makes you happy. So you want to have at least 10 things that make you happy. Women and men are attracted to happy people, period. That's what it is. We're all attracted to happy people. And it doesn't matter on size. It doesn't matter. You could be the tallest man, the shortest man. You could be the thickest woman, the skinniest woman. It does not matter. Happiness is attractive. And even if it's not a sexual connection, there will still be a friendship connection. So when you're happy on the inside, people can feel it. If you're feeling doubtful or exhausted or just frustrated with the dating, the people around you are going to feel it. If you've had the last 10 dates that have not worked out for you, and you're now coming to this place where I am feeling just done with this whole process, it is going to always show up that way in your love life. So the whole idea is to create a reset button. This is what we're doing right now. We are creating a reset button for you. So being able to reset means that you're going to take this time to just really focus on how you can shift what's going on for you and why it hasn't been working for you, and be educated with right ways, and also be educated with maybe what you've been doing wrong thus far. When I say doing stuff wrong, that just means that you haven't been getting the results you've wanted. Okay, not right or wrong, like you're a failure. Believe me, we're never a failure, especially everybody that's showing up for themselves on this webinar. You are 100% success showing up for yourself. So now it's just my job to guide you on the right way to help reset that level of internal vibration. When we're going to go back to the inner world, because the outer world, we can ask the best partnership questions, we can have the best partnership answers. But if we do not have the process of having a really good inner world, we will fail with meeting the right person, which means that vibration attracts vibration, like attracts like. Okay, so if any of you guys know about law of attraction, if any of you guys know about words of affirmation, anything like that, and if you don't, I'm just going to give you a quick one-on-one, just like gravity, when you throw something up in the air, it falls. There's a law of gravity. There's a law of giving and receiving. There's, they say it's karma, but in actually what you put out, you can also receive. And so when we see that we're not working with laws of nature the right way with our dating life, a lot of people are successful with their business. A lot of people are successful with their careers, but that's because of what they're putting out, they're receiving. So they're working with laws of nature. And they may have had role models. They may have had guidance systems along the way. Usually it's college, that guided you to your profession, or, maybe you got hired and worked up in your team, or you decided to have your own business and you worked with other people who've been in business longer than you. And so you're able to learn their skills and trades. Either way, we had some level of guidance and role modeling in our career. Now we go to our dating and relationship world and we're going, why isn't this working out? Why am I not finding the right person? And the people that I am finding, they're not matching what I want. And so really what that means is on the inside, we have to start working on the inside and looking at the role models that we have in our dating and love life. So for instance, I just want to ask real quick questions. What are some role models that you've had for your dating and love life? Is it your parents? Is it close friends? Please put in the comments at least one role model, maybe two, that you have had. And if you're watching this later, please write down some role models that you've had in your love life. If you've had no role models, which means maybe your parents didn't have the best relationship, maybe your friends you've seen them kind of go up and down in relationships, be honest. Say, I don't have any role models right now. And television is not a good role model, let me just tell you. So please put in the comments here, I'm waiting. What are one or two role models you've had? Dig deep. And it's okay if you say nothing. That's all right. That's what we're here for. I hope to be a role model for starting over as well. I mean, I know what it was like. My parents were divorced, and then having to step in and see my mom get remarried and find a wonderful man. And then I was able to use that as a role model. I had never seen my dad rub my mom's feet, ever. And I remember seeing the first time my stepdad rubbing my mom's feet, and I was like, and my mom was like, oh, thank you so much. I had such a long day. And I was like, wow, what is my stepdad doing? He's like loving on my mom, and my mom had her socks on, and he was giving her a nice, really good foot rub. And I remember I was like 11 or 12 years old, and I go, oh my gosh, like he's loving on my mom in such a caring way. Had never seen that up to that stage. Never had I seen my dad go and love and take care of my mom that way. And they got divorced when I was 9. And so I think this is about 12 years old. I was like, wow, okay, I want a guy to treat me that way. And I want to be catered to in that way. And I want to cater to him in that way if he's had a hard day, and be able to cross those boundaries of intimacy and touch and caring for him in that way. So, so thank you for sharing. I have somebody here, no role models at this point. That's a very big aha. I think it's important to see that if there hasn't been any role models for you, that could be a part of why it's been hard for you to create what you want, because it hasn't necessarily been guided to you as of yet. So let's look at getting some role models and looking, whether that's friends, whether that's me as your coach, whether that's stepping into other arenas with maybe your network and seeing other relationships or husbands and wife teams or whatever the case may be. The goal is, let's try to get at least one role model in the next 6 weeks. Anybody else want to add a role model that they want to have? You can send it directly to me on there. This is perfect. Great to know that. I've had a few friends that are role models, but it's been a mystery black box how it works, how to understand if it's just a click between them or how they're connected. Absolutely. Sometimes it's hard when you don't necessarily see the dynamics of the relationship, right? So you didn't really get a chance to see like how they work out the good times and the bad times, and how they communicate and how they're guided. So that's a big, big part of that. And sharing relationship success. And one of the key things towards the end of our 6-week sessions is going to be going over relationship negotiations. So this means when you are in a relationship or you are talking to someone that you're attracted to, and that maybe they say something that you don't agree with, and you don't need to be passive and just do it because you're afraid to lose them, but really being able to clearly communicate so you can have a successful relationship in the future, and especially accelerate that in the next 6 weeks. Okay, so good answers, guys. I'm hoping this is guiding you in the right way. Let me go back to my slideshow so I can stay on point, because I could talk forever about dating, love, and relationships. That's why I do what I do. Let's see here. All right, so let's just share screen. And let's go here. And we're not on this one anymore. We're on this one. Okay, so your inner world creates your outer world. What is holding you back? So right now, you can answer me correctly. What do you feel is holding you back in your love life? Time, money, fear, rejection, confidence, education. It could be all these things. It could be something else. I just want to know in the comments, what is the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many things. I don't judge one bit at all. What is holding you back in your in creating a relationship? Because there's something that's within us, you know, and I say this because if it came down to you paying your rent are paying your mortgage, you would get it done. You would be out there making deals or getting jobs or putting your resume out there. There would nothing be holding you back, because you need to eat, you need to survive, you have yourself or maybe family that you have to care for. So there would be nothing holding you back. But if you are, if you're something that's holding you back in your dating and love life, it sometimes feels, because it's not a necessity sometimes, although it really is, because without having love, we get lonely, we get depressed, we get sad, we get isolated, we get angry, we get frustrated. So really it is a need. It's just an emotional need, a spiritual need, a mental need, a sexual need. There's a physical need, psychological need, that sometimes we tend to put that off, but in reality, it's really affecting our daily life. So it affects how we work, it affects our energy, it affects, how we love, how we connect, how we engage, because we're not really listening to ourselves. So let me just see, please share in the comments, what is one or two things that are holding you back? And I want to hear that. I see a comment here. Let's see. I have a few, confidence, rejection, fear, lack of experience, and success has waned on my inner dialogue. Okay, thank you for sharing that. Let me move this out of there. I appreciate that. That's a big part. Whenever we're afraid of what's going to happen, we tend to not do it. And we want to stay comfortable with things that we know. And what that also means is that there's a sense of control that you have on your own life. And I want to share this with you, because this is huge, huge stuff. You are literally controlling your own self to not find love. So if I was to say, you're a controlling person, you'd be like, no, I'm not. There's no way I'm a controlling person. And I'd be like, really? Like, there's no way. I'm not a controlling person. Okay. So a controlling person means that most controlling, if you've ever dated a controlling person ever in your life, a controlling person wants to know everything you're doing, so that way they aren't ever surprised. A controlling person wants to dictate everything you're doing, so that way they're not surprised. A controlling person doesn't like to be not only surprised, but they don't like to do something that's out of their comfort level unless it's their idea, or it's something that they want to try, and it's a controlled environment. So usually controlling people stayed the same. Usually they're controlled even in their careers. They're not as, they haven't maybe grown as much in the last 5 or 6 years, and so on. So they're controlled environments, even in their workplaces. This is a big, big deal. Another person just wrote, not meeting enough people, probably need to get out more, events, clubs, meetups. Absolutely. So what's holding you back from that? I would go a level deeper. Why are you not? What is it time? Is it rejection? Is it feeling like if you were to do all those things, no one would show up for that? Because that I would take it a little bit deeper for you to go into that. So please take that a step deeper and respond on the chat. I would love to coach you on that. So back to being controlling. So do you feel that you're controlling? Do you feel that you are a controlling person? Yes or no? Add in the dialogue there. Add in the chat rooms. For those that are watching right now, do you feel like you're controlling? This definitely feel like I've worked through my earlier days of controlling, wanting to know what others are doing. Okay. So when we're controlled on other people, it's one thing. When we're controlling of ourselves, this is a whole different level, which means that we are so sometimes when we're controlling of ourselves, this means that we will only go to things and do things that we're completely comfortable with, or not do anything at all. And so this limits our level of engagement and success. So if you see somebody that you're interested in if you don't know exactly what to say, you might be rejected, or you might think that person's not right for you, or they're too young for you, or they're too old for you, or you come up with 500 ideas of why this person might or might not be right for you. And then all of a sudden you've controlled your environment to not connect. You basically just told yourself, you controlled yourself to stop living life. So just take this in for a minute, because this is real coaching. This is what it's about. It's going deeper. It's taking it to the next level. You're controlling yourself to stop living life. There's no one else that's telling you not to go out. There's no one else that's telling you that you're going to be rejected. But you're in this place of controlling yourself to not go out there and not connect. I do have periods that I need to work on still that are like that. Absolutely. And so my goal is, I'm not here to put you down on you controlling your life. My goal is for us to become aware of where we are not creating a successful love life. My goal is to help you ignite your love life. To help you ignite your love life means I have to show you everything that you are doing that is stopping you from igniting your love life. So if you were to go to an empowerment coach, they would show you all the things you are disempowering yourself with. If you were to go to a business coach, they would show you all the things in your business that's not working so you can be on a successful place. Coming to a dating and relationship coach, my goal is to show you all the things that could be holding you back in your dating and love life so you can be fully aware, change those instantly, and step into acceleration and successfully connecting with people. To all of that bad stuff and set it on fire, ignite. Yes, absolutely. Let's get rid of it. So that's what we're here to do, is to get rid of this stuff. Now, it's sometimes hard to believe that we're controlling ourselves, but I would still take it a deeper level of being able to go, what am I afraid of? If you're afraid of rejection, not having the experience that other people have, then this means what I would call rapid research. I love this term. I'm writing down my fun terms as I speak here. Rapid research means that you go out, especially for some of the people that are new to dating. This would not necessarily apply to some of our people that have dated for quite some time and don't need to do this. They understand dating. They just need to get the stuff out of the way of why it's not working for them. So rapid research for new daters means you go out and you're just researching. You're researching based on yourself. There's no control. Let's say like whenever they do research, they have group A, which is a controlled group, and then they have group B, which is their research, which is their actual study group. So they may tell group A, you're going to take this pill and it's just a placebo, and tell us your results on that. And they've actually seen people who've been healed off placebos because they thought that was the healing. So it's all just a mind thing. And then they had the other group where it was just rapid research. They were just trying different things on them, trying to see what worked, what didn't work, and they were able to really calibrate and measure their successes because it was all done with research. I believe new daters or people that haven't dated that long need to create a rapid research process, which means you go out there and you try a few different ways of connecting with women. If it doesn't work, then you learn a new way with a coach or online or however the process is. There's lots of books. Thankfully, those of you that are watching, you have me, and you learn new ways. So I hit a couple speed bumps this way, try a new way. For those of you that are out there dating and you're not finding the right people or you're not getting out there and connecting, then I would say it's time to do some rapid engagements as well, and putting yourself in at least 3 to 5 different events or support groups or activities or matchmaking or single socials within a month period. So 3 to 5 activities. It's about getting out there and connecting and then measuring your results. That's the big process here. And being able to try partnership questions, sharing your passion, sharing connection, and going from there. How do you get to that level of sharing your passion? What's really writing out, what am I passionate about in my life? And you need to write this stuff out. It has to hit pen and paper. there's a level of engagement. That's why scribes, and back in the day, it was such a big deal to write. I mean, I believe that's what the whole Bible was about, was just writing things out and being able to see it afterwards. And now it's been printed billions of times. And now we have books billions of times. There's a process that when you write out what your passion is, it comes to life. Which means you can see it, you can read it, you can speak it out loud. You're passionate about your work, you're passionate about your family, you're passionate about helping others, you're passionate about and maybe a hobby or an activity, but any which way possible, there's things that you're passionate about. If you don't have things that you're passionate about, then you're going to need to do some research on that, because women and men are attracted to people that have passion and happiness. And then you need to write out at least 10 things that make you happy in your life. Out of those 10 things, 5 to 8 of them should be partnership activities. There should be things in your life that you can do with a partner. Even though right now you don't have a partner, you should still have at least 5 to 8 things that you are happy about that a partner could come and do with. So for instance, it could be like, I love personal growth and development. I love going to workshops. I'm a workshop person. So remember talking to my husband about that when we were dating, and he was like, let's go to a workshop. Let's go learn something. I'm like, yes. That was a big turn on for me, because that was part of my passion, because I love learning. So he was able to partner with me on something that I was really happy about, and it created that connection. So for you, if you know at least 10 things that you're happy about, and 8 of them somebody could be invited to that makes you happy, there's a connection there. So so writing out what you're passionate about, writing out what makes you happy, and then writing out and then making sure that at least 8 of those are things that you can partner on. So that's your homework. So you're going to write that out. You're going to be sending to me what you're passionate about by next Monday or next week. And you're going to be sharing 10 things that make you happy. And out of those 10 things, 5 to 8 should be partnership activities or partnership questions, ideas. Okay, so write that stuff down. Did you guys get that? Please put in the comments, yes, I got it. Write it down. I want to hear it, and I'm going to finish up with the Q&A next. Got it? Awesome. Just waiting, excuse me, just to make sure there. And take a drink of water. Got it. Awesome. I'm talking so much, which I love because it comes out so quickly. Okay. This last part, let me just go back to the slide, because there's only a couple last slides, and I'm going to do some Q&A with you guys. Think of any questions right now as we're doing this, and let me hit share screen. Go back to this slide. Okay. So we're clear what's holding us back and how we need to get over those things, and how it's actually controlling our life. What is holding you back is controlling your life. So you need to write that out. If you want to break that control over your life, then you're going to have to go into rapid research. You're going to have to go out there and try new things. You're going to have to go out there and face your fears, face those things with new ways of connecting and engaging. And that's what we're doing with sharing our happiness, sharing what we're passionate about in our life, and having some partnership questions. What do you need right now to make the next move to create the love life you desire? Remember, this is one move at a time. So if we have 6 weeks of working together. My goal is all the 6 weeks you walk away with at least 6 golden nuggets. But if you learn 6 new things and you don't practice any of them, this is a waste of time and money. It's a waste. So what is it, if there's one thing that you could do, one thing, I'm going to go back to this and put it in the chat room. If there's one thing that you need right now to make the next move to create the love life you desire, just one move, one thing, what would that be? Would you need a way to connect with people? Would you need a way to where to go, what to say, what to do, what to talk about? What would be that one thing for you to create the next move to create the love life you desire? What is that one thing? Put it in the comments. And if there's nothing you need, you just need a push in the butt, which is sometimes what we need. I know, like with me, I don't ever, whenever I hire a personal trainer, I don't need them to teach me what to do at the gym. I just need them to tell me, I'm going to meet you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Get your butt here. I just sometimes need accountability. I just need partnership. I just need somebody to do it with. I don't want to work out alone. So that's my thing. My next move is to try new ways to meet new women. Okay. A way to connect with people venue. So your next move is that. Perfect. For those of you that are local, we do have an event coming up this Saturday, a singles mixer, and another one next Saturday. So people are going to be watching this throughout the whole year because it's a recording of mine. So you can always go to my website, renessa.tv, check out the next event that you can connect on. So renessa.tv. So is that helpful? You have the next move. You're going to go to an event. You're going to share your passions. You're going to share your happiness. You're going to bring them on the stage with you. You're going to notice when you're sitting in the audience by you not connecting and you're just responding. And then you're going to notice if you're on the stage, how you're going to share your happiness and partnership questions to get them on the stage. You're also going to get a recording of this. So that way, this information, that's a lot of information in 1 hour, that you're going to be able to go back to this, write some questions. You're also going to be able to come through and reflect on this and practice this, because this is your coach. I'm your coach, and you want to take this to the heart. And believe me, I could teach you 20 new things. If you practice none of them, it's like reading a book and putting it down. You need to practice this stuff. You have to get out there and share your happiness. You have to get out there and share your passions. You have to get out there and ask partnership questions. You have to be ready to answer partnership questions. So the person's going to ask you back, well, what is it that you enjoy doing outside of work? What is it that makes you happy? What is it that you're looking forward to? You have to be able to ask and answer the questions that you are giving out. So those are parts of this. So let me go back to this because this is almost done, and then I'll go to some Q&A here. Remember, it's one move at a time. So put down in the chat box, what is one thing you're going to do from this Saturday or this Monday to next Monday? I would say the number one thing that you should be writing in the chat box is I'm going to be really clear on what I'm passionate about, and I'm going to be really clear on what makes me happy, and I'm going to have 5 to 8 partnership questions and ideas. How to shift your inner world with actions. So role models, looking at creating some role models, your self-talk, what makes you happy, raise your vibrations, actions to improve, and measure your success. This is what it's all about here. If you're talking to yourself good, knowing what makes you happy, knowing when you're putting yourself down, knowing when you're being controlled and not under rapid research, I can tell you when you're under rapid research, anything's game. Anything is game with dating. You see somebody at the mall, you see somebody at the store, you say, I'm just going to go practice and do some rapid research. Rapid research. This is the way that you're going to be able to connect. I can tell you right now, I did this just recently. I connected with a businesswoman and I said, hey, listen, I would love to connect with you. And it was just research. I'm like, let's see if she says yes. I would love to connect with you and plan this women's retreat and do something. We did it last weekend. We had over 60 women show up. It was a huge ticket item. It was different than what we usually charge. The tickets were $150 to $250 per woman. And we, boom, rapid research. I elevated my brand, connected with new people, grew my business huge ways with big, different audience and atmosphere, but it was just done in a rapid research. She could have said, no, thank you, Renessa, I don't have time. She actually did say that to me. And I was like, listen, this is something that would be great. I shared my passion with her for women in business. And then she's like, let's do it. So that's another whole level when it comes to connecting. And it's on my web TV show that's going to be on my website here this week. So for you, this is what it's about. It is really about creating rapid research, talking to women, talking to men, asking questions, seeing how they respond, seeing and measuring that success and journaling it. And then feel free to journal it online if you like and send me a copy of that, because I would coach you along the whole way. You have me these next 6 weeks. Use me. This is your time, your investment. Use it. By next Monday, I'm going to figure out a more consistent list of what makes me happy. I don't usually have a consistent list to pull from, so it's only a few here and there. Perfect. You got to be consistent with what makes you happy. You got to be ready to share and connect and engage. Anybody else want to share of what is going to do that? And then I'm looking at the time. We've got about 4 minutes. Let me just go through this next part. Raise your vibration. making positive choices, facing your challenges, being optimistic, encouraging others, and stepping out of your comfort zone, believing in the goodness of life, appreciating what you have, being mindful, acting spontaneously. This is rapid research, ladies and guys. Going with the flow, laughing wildly, smiling hugely, and being kind. This is what it's about right here. You can take some of these words right here for your passion. Maybe you enjoy encouraging people. Maybe you enjoy being positive. But the whole idea is that you do have things that you are doing to raise your vibration. I have a list of 32 things to raise your vibration. I'll be sending that to you guys this evening. Homework, action, action, action from the first. From with first, then test with the world. From within first, then test with the world. So definitely being able to practice from within and then going and practicing out in the world. Any other questions? I want to just give you a time right now to ask any questions. We have about 2 or 3 minutes. Feel free to ask it inside of the chat room. If you don't have any questions, this is your coaching time. And don't worry, if it takes a little bit longer than 2 or 3 minutes, no big deal. But I think you have a lot to go over. This is 6 weeks. So we're going to have a lot more that's going to happen next week. There's going to be more the following week. There's going to be more the next week. So the whole idea is to give you little bits at a time. I don't want to overwhelm you. Most people are coming to me after 10 or 15 years of dating and marriages and relationships, and I'm helping them hit the reset button. So that's what we're here to do, is to help hit that reset button. What is one takeaway from today's time of coaching with you? Please put in the chat room, in the chat box. What is one thing you've learned that's new? What is one thing you're going to practice? What is one thing you're going to do that I can see in the chat? And then we're going to wrap up since there's no questions. I want to hear your takeaways, and then I will go from there. So if I get up on stage and invite others and it seems they come up, but it doesn't work out long term, how do you get over that in your head? It's research. There's no rejection when you're researching. You're never rejected when you're researching. What you're doing is you're refining. So if you get somebody on the stage and it doesn't work out, well, you figured out why it didn't work out. Maybe that person didn't have the same goals as you. Maybe that person didn't have the same level of connection as you. Maybe that person didn't have the same passions as you. Maybe they were really just into figuring out their own life, and they were depressed or sad or lonely, and they were looking to be more codependent on you. If you this is one last thing I'm going to leave you with, guys and gals. If you're clear about what you're happy about and you connect with other people that don't know what they're happy about in their life, that's okay if they're curious to learn what makes them happy. But you want to be real careful here. A lot of the people that I work with, they learn their happiness and their joy, and then all of a sudden they're finding other people who are codependent, which means they don't know what makes them happy, but they only want to do what makes you happy. So then all of a sudden you're with somebody who their only joy and happiness is just doing the stuff you like. And then it becomes like you're almost their entertainer in life. And that is a really bad relationship to be in. So that's where we need to reevaluate. That you really want to make sure that as you're clear and consistent with what makes you happy, and mind you, those things can change, but we want to have at least 10, then you want to be able to engage. And this also becomes a qualifier. So when you're connecting with people, you can qualify them on whether they're codependent on your happiness or if they're curious about creating their own happiness. Curiosity is a big part of that. We're going to be talking about that next week. Okay, last thing, need to come up with more partnership questions. Yes, you do. I'm so glad that you said that. This is what it's all about. Addiction helped me a lot, realizing great book on codependency, facing addiction, helped me a lot realize those signs. Yes, that's right. Codependency is a big, big one. I think it's Melody something that wrote a book about codependency. And that's what my goal is that when we're dating, that you're so clear and so connected that you are not inviting somebody onto the stage with you that's codependent, where they're like, wow, I love your clarity. I love how passionate you are. And I don't know what I like in my life, so I'm just going to follow everything you do. That's codependent. That means their happiness and joy always involves or surrounds your happiness and joy. So that's a codependent relationship. Yes, that's the book. So that's what my goal is, to make sure that I'm coaching and helping people to not create that. All right. Good stuff, guys. It's a power hour of coaching. I hope you enjoyed this hour. Please email me if you have any questions. Please email me your list of happy things and your partnership questions. And I hope this is supportive and helpful to you. This is what it's all about: stepping up for your love life. Practice, practice, practice. Rapid research, rapid research, rapid research. All right, guys. I look forward to seeing you soon, and have an awesome week, and keep up the good work with showing up for your love life. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.